Hello and welcome to the second in a series of videos that I'm doing about the wonderful humanitarian efforts that are going on down in Rocheron and Alvin, Texas. In this episode, you'll have a chance to hear from the president of American Freedom Keepers, who's down there coordinating the efforts around rebuilding the community there. And you'll get to hear from a person who lives in the community, and you'll get to learn what it was like to go through the storm in that place, and what it's like to go through the recovery efforts. Well, that's all you need to hear from me. Let's go ahead and listen to them talk for a while. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Francis Marion of American Freedom Keepers. He's the president of American Freedom Keepers from Washington State, and he's come down here to the South Texas area, Rocheron and Alvin, to help out in the community here. And we're going to learn a little bit about what he's done, what they've been experiencing, and what makes this all work for him. So thank you so much for taking the time to interview, and thank you so much for coming down and helping our communities. Appreciate it very much.
We're honored to be here.
That's great. So tell me about really who you are within your organization, and a little bit about just your organization as a whole, because that you're down here as part of that, I believe, right?
Part of a combined group. Our organization is part of the efforts with several other groups, but I'm one of the co-founders. There was a group of us that got together that were involved in local issues and local politics and decided to form an official organization and try and expand some of the efforts that we were doing nationwide. So that's kind of how American Freedom Keepers started, was just a group of like-minded people that wanted to help spread what we were doing in our hometown, spread it across the nation. So my position within the organization is national president. We've had 3 or 4 of our board members here on this mission throughout it. So the whole organization from across the nation, from New York, New Hampshire members, Colorado members, have come down here during this.
Okay, so that was my next question, is how many are down here now in your group, and you've had some come and go, so how many are here now? Just you now, or?
There is 2 of us here now. There was there were 9 that came down originally.
Okay.
There was combined forces, some official members with AFK, and then some other alliance members that we've worked with from other organizations.
Okay.
That their particular organization didn't come down, but they came down with us because of our working relationship.
Great. Okay. So were you in the first group that came down?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you see when you came here? When you landed here, what did you see when you arrived?
Well, when we arrived, none of us knew that even Rocheron, Texas, even existed. Let alone Alvin. None of us were from the area. So we came down on different mission goals.
Okay.
And we got a phone call that asked us to go check on the community, do like a welfare check, because we were passing through. We were actually moving on to the east to Beaumont for some security details.
Okay.
And when our group went down there the first day, that was the beginning of what started why we're still here.
So you were on your way to actually go to Beaumont. You had a kind of a detour over to Rocheron, to what's called Little Cambodia. Did you know it was called Little Cambodia back then? No, I didn't know till I met you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you find when you went there?
Well, like you said, again, we were headed out in the morning. We were headed to Beaumont, and I got a phone call just asking if we had anybody in or around Alvin, which of course here we are.
Right.
And I said, well, funny enough, we're still in Alvin. We haven't left yet. And they said, can you go by and do this welfare check on this community? It's a small community, Cambodian village. They haven't seen any support or any help in there yet. So when we got there the first day to do the welfare check, we directed to the temple area. And there was a lot of people, a lot of the community out there. There was elder community members, cooking for the community, cooking for the monks. There were supplies coming in and out, people coming in to receive supplies. They had a very well organized setup as far as their supply warehouse. Essentially, they were using part of the temple.
Okay.
And we saw a community that was really trying to come together as best they could. But we also saw a community that was in far greater need than they personally had the resources to be able to manage.
Sure. Very good. So why do you do it? Why do you do it? Why? And this is a lot of sacrifice for you, and I know for many. So, but for you, from your own perspective, why this is a great effort. I don't know what you've left back. I mean, I don't know how you have income. Okay, so, and I won't pry into any of that. But why do you do it? It's a big sacrifice. So, what's your motivation? What makes it work for you?
I think that what you'll notice, if you look around in a lot of the communities, there's a lot of people still here helping in a lot of the communities, but the numbers are significantly less than in the early stages.
Right.
That's kind of the selfie stick stage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sexy, right? It's the water, the boats on the water, and carrying dogs and people through water, and these are all very, very crucially and vitally important things for the citizens. The citizens came out and did an incredible job.
Right.
But it reaches a point, and like you said, there's sacrifice, and most people have to return
work
home, right?
Yeah.
I personally do it because I can't leave. This was. I feel like the value of deeds has been lost. We don't value each other for our deeds, and to me, time is the most valuable resource that anyone has in life.
Yeah.
And someone can give me $1,000 to try and help me out, and it just can't possibly mean the same as if they were there with me for 2 weeks helping. And I think that it's going to take all of us to start getting together and showing these are our deeds. This is what we're willing to sacrifice for other humans in our country and across the world. So I do it because I can't not do it.
Okay.
It's just what I believe. It's what's my core true passion is to return the meaning of we the people to this country. That's ultimately what this is about.
That's good. Hello everyone, I'm here with Lisa, and we are in her home here in what they call Little Cambodia, and she was here during the storm and has been here during the relief efforts also, so she's going to give us an inside view of what it was like to be here during all this, and what how it's going. So thank you, Lisa, so much for taking the time to talk with me. I appreciate it so much. I know you've been through a whole lot, so sitting here talking about it may not be your most favorite thing, but I know people want to know what it was like here. So tell me a little bit about what it was like when the rain started coming and things started flooding. What was the experience like for you here?
The experience was horrible. Everybody panicked. Everybody, a majority of the elders, they didn't worry because, they thought it would be like the other hurricanes. And so they stayed back, and, the younger generation, which are their kids, begged them to leave, and which they did not leave. And then so when the water get higher, 3 foot, 4 foot in some areas, then they start to realize, I need to get out. And I've sheltered my friends and my family here at the house, and people's animals and horses and cows.
You had horses in your house?
Outside.
Oh.
Outside. My husband won't allow me to bring them inside. But it's just crazy. For me, I'm a water person, so I'm fine with that. But it's kind of scary because you don't know what to expect, at my house we had no electricity for like a whole day, and I panicked because I'm a mother with 4 kids and I don't know what to expect. So that is that. But just for everybody, being out there, people call me like, hey, can you check on my parent? Can you check on my dogs and stuff? And me, my husband, or my family members, my sister and all the guys that are here, they did go out with the tractor, with the trucks, but when it hit 4 foot of water, 3 foot of water, there's so much we can do. So they brought out the canoes and boat or whatever they can do. We're walking in the water on Amy and Ross Road.
Wow.
And it's just sad because you'll see everybody's just in panic mode. It's difficult.
Sure. So how do you feel about with the folks that have come here from around the nation basically to help and all? And has that been encouraging to you?
Yes. The first people that came, they were from Austin, Cynthia, and I forgot what was his name, along with Amber. They're the first 3 people that came, and they said, you know, do you guys need supplies and stuff like that? And I happened to be there at that temple at that time.
I see.
Yeah, and then nobody knew who we were at the time. So she posted it up on Facebook, and everybody started contacting me, and we just went from there. I mean, the world just been so amazing, and it touched me because I never knew that it was possible like that. You know, people are coming from all over the world, all over the place, just to, you know, help, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's really amazing.
Okay, well, that's all I have for you in this episode. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel. If you didn't watch the first of the series, please go watch that, and stay tuned. There'll be more to come. But most importantly, I hope that you will get out and enjoy life and help other people. All right, let me get in interview mode here. We'll do all our coughing and get that out of the way. All right. Okay, I see the sound is good. Okay. All right, so here we go. Well, hello, that wasn't a good start. And you'll get to hear a person who lives from